Hello, sisters, and welcome to yet another historic first in Zeta Tau Alpha's history, the first national virtual Zeta Day event. Almost a year ago, 360 days ago to be exact, the World Health Organization declared the COVID-19 outbreak a pandemic. I know we wouldn't have chosen to live through this part of history, but today is a day to celebrate how far we have come since then. Last March, we moved all Zeta operations to virtual formats. We found new ways to connect with and support each other. As spring arrived, more sisters became friends through conversations on Facebook about books, pets, plants, and other topics. We started ordering groceries to our doors and sharing recipes, making masks, and watching for new information from the CDC. Some members adapted to being teachers on top of being employees and moms, while many who already worked from home adjusted to having their families as coworkers. Through what felt like an unending frenzy of change, we all found solutions, and eventually, somewhere between 2 weeks and a month later, we arrived at our new normal. We connected with each other over Zoom calls for fun, rather than to make urgent decisions. Got into routines, spent more quality time with the people in our households, and even adopted furry friends. We leaned on each other during what was and still is a very difficult time. After finals, collegians and alumni focused their efforts on how to make a virtual recruitment happen. In the fall, it all paid off. All of 120 chapters with structured primary recruitment last fall participated in a virtual or hybrid recruitment. Of those chapters, 109 matched quota, and overall, over 3,700 new members pledged ZTA. Between January 1st, 2020 and December 31st, 2020, ZTA welcomed over 3,500 women into our sisterhood. As we plan for virtual recruitment, we continue to make firsts happen. During the first virtual sisterhood celebration, ZTA held the first virtual fraternity and FHC board meetings, which included the first ever online election of National Council. In September, we announced our first diversity, equity, and inclusion strategic plan. We also launched a new My Sister, My Responsibility component called Seeking Understanding, which focuses on Zeta's commitment to inclusion and belonging. Throughout October, we all kept finding ways to promote and raise money for breast cancer education and awareness. We went above and beyond to make our first ever Day of Giving a success, smashing every goal and challenge set. A total of 1,400 donors, including 220 first-time donors, gave more than $192,000. We also hosted Virtual OLA 2020, Zeta's largest leadership event to date in November, with more than 1,400 officers and advisors and 125 facilitators in attendance. An extra special congratulations goes to more than 3,700 seniors who graduated in 2020 and are navigating the professional world in the midst of a pandemic. To those about to graduate and enter into the workforce, be patient as you search for the right fit. Your perseverance through a year of uncertainty has prepared you to achieve greatness. To those seniors, think of everything you've accomplished in the past year alone. Your ability to adapt to change and familiarity with hybrid and remote learning qualify you to take on any workplace environment. Being able to create and sustain connections virtually is no small feat, but you've done that with your sisters, and you can do the same with your future coworkers. Enjoy your final few weeks as a collegian in Zeta, and be sure to do something special to commemorate the culmination of your hard work and achievements. You've earned it. To every sister, remember to celebrate the wins, big and small. Looking back at the past year, we achieved all of our accomplishments together. As we all push through the days ahead, remember how powerful our sisterhood is. Brene Brown said, "We don't have to do it all alone. We were never meant to." When we commit to sisterhood and stick with each other through challenges, we are all stronger. Our collective strength as an organization depends on the steadfast commitment of every member. Let's hear how some of our sisters keep ZTA's sisterhood steadfast and strong.
Our Alumnae chapter has been awesome at fun, entertaining Zoom meetings. We've cooked together, played trivia and other fun games, and shared some of our favorite ZTA items in our homes. I feel more connected to my Alumnae sisters this year than I have in years past. It's so nice to check in on how everyone is doing every month.
Over the course of the past year, one of our sisters faced serious health complications and couldn't interact with sisters in person during COVID-19. But she continued to bring light and energy to our collegiate chapter. At the end of 2020, despite an upcoming surgery, she took on the historian reporter role. She continues to be a light in our chapter and always works so diligently to keep us active on social media, with our campus, and in our community.
One of our sisters relocated to be closer to her daughter's family after her daughter was diagnosed with breast cancer. Our sister made sure her granddaughters never missed a practice, and even helped them run for student council. As her daughter's illness progressed over several years, she began taking her to treatments and appointments. After a long, hard battle, her daughter passed away last March. Our sister's dedication to her family through this difficult time makes her one of the most steadfast, strongest Zetas we know.
Our chapter knew we needed to help our community, so our members started a quarantine pizza program and delivered pizza and salad meals. We also organized porch drop-offs and advanced meal orders to help neighbors enjoy meals from small businesses without having to dine in.
One of our White Violet sisters lost her eyesight, but that has not deterred her from being active in our chapter. Before COVID-19, we made arrangements to pick her up so she could attend events in person. Now she joins the audio via Zoom to participate in meetings, members call to give her updates from the newsletter, and of course, she always wants to know how her collegiate chapter is doing. She has remained an engaged member of ZTA even through this life-changing situation.
Those were some incredible examples of the support that keeps our sisterhood going. Speaking of steadfast and strong, ZTA could not provide important educational programming, leadership development opportunities, and scholarships without our partnership with the Zeta Tau Alpha Foundation and their generous donors. Thank you for helping us respond to the ever-changing needs of our membership. Before we get to a special Zeta Day edition of What the Heck, let's extend congratulations to the chapters celebrating some milestone anniversaries this year. Congratulations to these chapters celebrating their centennial birthday. Alpha Zeta at the Ohio State University, Alpha Eta at University of Cincinnati, and Alpha Theta at Purdue University. Happy 75th anniversary to Gamma Eta, University of Toledo. And congrats to our 50-year-old chapters. Eta Epsilon at Mansfield University of Pennsylvania, Eta Zeta at Elon University, Eta Iota at Valdosta State University, and Eta Kappa at University of Central Florida. I also want to give a special shout out to the Anniversary Committee for their hard work planning memorable celebrations, even in a time when we must adapt to safety guidelines. Now I'm passing the virtual mic to everyone's favorite archivist, Patti Cords Levitte, to tell us more about how Zeta Day came to be and how we've celebrated throughout the years, plus some background on the Certificate of Merit. The floor, or should I say the screen, is yours, Patti.
Today we're going to be talking about one other thing that we've had to adapt for 2020 and 21. But you know what? We're Zetas. We can do anything. So you may be asking yourself, how long have we been doing Zeta Day? Well, if you want to get really technical, Zeta Day started back in 1907. when, in between convention years, a bunch of alumni decided to get together in Norfolk, Virginia, and meet at the Jamestown Exposition. They wanted a day where they would do nothing but celebrate their sisterhood. They ate a very fancy banquet lunch, they conducted no business, they had lots of speeches, and then they took the governor of Virginia's yacht for a ride that evening. So I would say that that would be a pretty fun Zeta Day to go to. So the next recorded Zeta Day event, where they actually called it Zeta Day, happened in Little Rock, Arkansas in 1921. And they had a weekend of food, dances, sisterhood. Really, does a Zeta need anything more? I don't think so. And that was kind of a novel idea, and another state decided to pick up on it, and that would be Indiana. Obviously, that idea was a big hit because then the next year in 1922, Indiana hosted the Tri-State Convention. It had chapters from Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio meeting here in Indianapolis, where we are right now. And they got together not only to have a Zeta Day weekend, but they also installed Alpha Xi chapter at Indiana University. I believe that is the only chapter to have been chartered on a Zeta Day weekend. That Indiana Zeta Day in 1922 was also the first one to get special guests. The Grand President and other Grand Officers came so that they could enjoy the weekend of dancing and banquets in Indianapolis, and then drive down to Bloomington and install the Alpha Xi chapter themselves. Well, what Indiana started in 1922 has spread throughout the years to be what is now known as Zeta Day. As Zeta grew larger, it was decided that we needed to split the country into provinces to make it kind of easier to organize and to keep track of people and of chapters. By 1925, they had developed the province system for Zeta, and in 1926, they started having province conventions, which technically are just the precursors to today's Zeta Day. What did they get together for? Well, they actually had a lot of training, but most importantly, they had great banquets, dancing, and a lot of talking. The reason why these get-togethers got so popular is because this was really one of the only times back when transportation was so difficult that Zetas could meet other chapter Zetas in person, because you didn't have the internet. You didn't even hardly have phones back then. So it was really a big thing to get to spend time with sisters from other chapters and to meet alumni that you probably would never meet otherwise. One great thing about these early province conventions was that a lot of the founders attended ones in different states in 1926. It was a way for them to get back involved with the fraternity, and they were all excited to see how modern we had become. By the 1950s, province conventions had really become more about training collegiates and alumni officers. So by the 1954 convention, it was decided that we needed to have a day where Zetas would get together in their own state and do nothing more than have a great time together as sisters. One of the things that Helen Margaret Harrison said when they decided on this at the 1954 convention was that Zeta Day should be more like a rally for the state. And I think we took her suggestion to heart with all the singing and screaming that we do at every Zeta Day now. Future National President Jeanette Bertram Chapman also said at the 1954 convention that she felt that the Midwest had the right idea. And Miss Jeanette was right, because Indiana is the only state to have held a continuous Zeta Day every single year since 1922. So since that first nationwide Zeta Day, our events have grown exponentially, kind of like our fraternity has. There's time for sisterhood, we have time for officer training, there's fundraising, there's service projects, there's a little bit of everything. Maybe not as much singing as there was in 1955, but I think the chants are taking over. And now we're going to talk about another Zeta Day tradition, which is the Certificate of Merit. At the 1950 convention, it was decided that there needed to be another way to honor alumni for loyal service, something in between the level of being just a regular member and the honor ring, which was for significant outstanding service. It was decided in 1950 from the convention body that an honor award be created to be given to alumni who have given outstanding service to Zeta Tau Alpha but have not earned the required points needed for an honor ring. Recommendations for such awards shall be sent to the province president and forwarded to National Council for final action. This award is to be given at province meetings. It will be in the form of a plaque or certificate to be designed by a committee of province presidents. Obviously, we didn't choose a plaque because what our Certificate of Merit recipients get is a framed certificate. It was originally called the Alumni Honor Award, but that name didn't stick, and Certificate of Merit is what it has been since 1951. The difference between the Certificate of Merit and the honor ring is that it's not a point-based system. The Certificate of Merit is granted by National Council to alumni who have shown at least 7 years of significant sustained service to the collegiate and alumni chapters. Some of the kinds of service that National Council is looking for when they decide to issue a certificate of merit to an alumna is sustained support of a collegiate chapter as being an advisor, or an alumni chapter as serving as an officer, serving in your local Panhellenic. Basically, it's any kind of contribution above what is generally expected from being an alumni of Zeta Tau Alpha. The Certificate of Merit is a national award, but it's only given out at Zeta Days. They've been presented every year since 1951. So how do you get the Certificate of Merit? Well, you have to be nominated for it. District presidents will get nominations from members across their state, and then they will send those nominations to National Council, and they're the ones that make the final determination of who should receive it. But the best part about this award is that the district president keeps the names of the winners in her state secret, and it's always exciting to watch these alumni who may not know that they've been nominated for this award find out, and they're so thrilled. So since 1951, over 3,300 women have received the Certificate of Merit. So congratulations to those of you who have received the Certificate of Merit this year. It's a high honor, and you should be proud of yourself. And now I'm going to pass the mic over to Cheri and Kery, our Vice President's alumni, for a few words.
Dear 2021 Certificate of Merit recipients, congratulations on earning one of the highest honors given to ZTA alumni. Your sustained and dedicated service to the fraternity is living proof that Zeta really is forever.
When reviewing the many years of talent, compassion, energy, and sisterhood that you have put into the fraternity, we felt in awe of your service. Zeta Tau Alpha is simply stronger because of you, and we couldn't be more grateful.
You've now joined the ranks of the many devoted Certificate of Merit recipients who have come before you. This includes women who not only serve as ZTA volunteers, but who also have families that depend on them, careers in the making, friends within and outside of ZTA that rely on them, and communities that they put their hearts into. In short, you've joined the ranks of women who just might have superpowers because they do it all.
Time is one of the most precious things we have to give, and it's what makes the Certificate of Merit so special. It means that you have dedicated at least 7 years of your life, and probably more, to enrich the lives of your Zeta sisters. That will never be lost on us, and we hope you always feel our gratitude.
From all of National Council, thank you and congratulations once again on earning the Certificate of Merit.
Congratulations again to all of our Certificate of Merit recipients. On behalf of Zeta Tau Alpha, thank you for your service to our fraternity. The difference you make in your sisters' lives is invaluable. Awarding the Certificate of Merit is just one of the highlights of Zeta Day. Reuniting with friends and making new ones, celebrating our graduating seniors, and carpooling with sisters are all things to look forward to again in the future. For now, we can get lost in happy memories of Zeta Days past.
My favorite part of Zeta Day is meeting alumni from my surrounding communities. It is so wonderful to see so many generations of Zetas all in one room.
With my birthday being on March 10th, Zeta Day always feels like a massive ZTA birthday party. Last year, Zeta Day was at an amusement park, and I'm so glad we got to ride the roller coasters while they were still open.
One of my favorite Zeta Day memories is receiving my Certificate of Merit with my ZFF. We went through recruitment together, were initiated together, were in each other's weddings, and got to share that very special honor together.
On the way to my first ever Zeta Day with my big and a couple other sisters, my big's car broke down about half an hour from our destination. Another sister was able to pick up the other passengers, but I stayed with my big to get her car fixed. We finally made it to Zeta Day, and we were so thankful we got there in time for the chapter and alumni recognitions. After I graduate, it will be one of my favorite stories to tell about my college Zeta days.
I had been a new member for a few weeks and decided to attend Zeta Day. After this road trip, I was even more grateful I decided to join ZTA. Sharing a hotel room with my chapter sisters really helped me bond with them.
Our collegiate chapter won the Spirit Stick at Zeta Day 2 or 3 years in a row, which was quite an accomplishment for our tiny chapter. It made us feel mighty, and it reminded us and everyone around us how much we loved being part of ZTA.
There's truly no other sisterhood like ours, and I'm more grateful every day to be a member of this organization. I hope you all have enjoyed today's celebration and have plans to Zoom with Zetas in your area for local events. Thank you for joining us from your homes for what is hopefully a one-of-a-kind Zeta Day. I know we all look forward to being able to gather in person, but until then, stay safe, sisters. In the meantime, I'm sending you all Zeta love and mine. Happy Zeta Day.